Hello, welcome back to another video. I made a video yesterday talking about two bearish play that I had in mind last night that I want to put on today. Today is, I'm shooting this video after the market closed on December 29th, 2023, the last trading day of the year. So Happy New Year, everyone. I mentioned roadblocks and OKTA as far as potential bearish play that I want to put on. And I mentioned the put spread range for both. And for this video, I want to elaborate on that because after I load that video and thought about it, I could have do a better job explaining why I chose the strike range that I did. So let's go with OKTA first. I mentioned yesterday that I'm gonna try to sell something in the 91 to 85-ish range. And I also mentioned that I rarely ever outright short a stock. Only once in my entire life that I do that. And for some people, and I do this sometimes too, sometimes I just buy a put. And sometimes I do a put spread, but I do a put spread more often than just outright buy a put. And in this video, I want to explain why I think that is something that I like more. I wouldn't say that it's the best options out there, but for me, it works because the one thing about option plays is you're betting on the directional of a stock, right? You're betting either it's going to go up or it's going to be down. On top of that, you are also betting on the timing of the direction. So that's the other tricky part about option is you're betting on direction and you're betting on time frame. So when you look at like OKTA, from just plain eyesight, you can see top of the range. The question is, what kind of time frame that I can expect as far as the direction downward, right? And you can either outright buy a put going out 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 2 months. You can make your choice as far as how far out you want. But I tend to not do something beyond 2 months because to me, a lot can happen in 2 months in the market. I have sell many puts and put spread as well as outright buy calls or puts, but I can't recall the last time I did anything that was 3 months or longer. It has happened. I have done it in the past, but I tend not to like those, and I refrain from doing a lot of option plays that are 3 months or longer because a lot can happen in 3 months. A lot of unexpected event can happen in 3 months. So I tend to choose anywhere from 1 week to 2 months. So looking at this chart, for me, it was easier to pick something 2 or 3 weeks out. And the reason why I use a spread, because I look at the chart and I just try to see if there is a support level. That's the key. I can outright buy a put at 91 this morning and go out, say, 3 weeks, 2 weeks, 2 months, however far I want. But there's a cost to it, right? The farther you go out, the more expensive the put's gonna be. On top of that, outside of some major market event, is there a reason why a stock like OKTA would go all the way down like this? It could happen. Look at this. That's a massive move, right? It can still happen, but I try to do a spread where I can see area of support, and for this, you can see that in the 85 range, right? You see what was resistance, support, the area where it bounced around a few times over the past 12 months. As you can see, this is 85 right here, okay? So you can see it. You can see it here as well. So that was my reason to use 85 as the strike for my spread, 91 and 85, because I figure in the next 2 weeks, if it's a move down, there might be support in that area. Now, if we were closer to earning reporting like this, then I might consider a bigger spread. But for now, that's the reason behind why I choose 91 and 85 as my strikes for the spread, because as of right now, I think there will be buying support to come in should there is a decline into that range. All right. Now let's go into Roblox and why I chose to do the strike I did. I did, of course, 45. What did I do? I do it 46.5, 41.5. So I was lucky enough to put on the spread order in the early part of Friday before the market turned red. So my strike was 46.5 and 41.5. And once again, same scenario. Can I have one of these events like this, right? It would be nice. It would be nice, right, to see that kind of event where you can see a $10 move in a short 2-week span. But I can't say for sure that's going to happen. So I go with a more likely scenario that is more reasonable. So 46.5, 41.5. Now, why 41.5? Once again, I try to find potential level that is going to be decent support. And you can see right here, you see this wick right here between 41.5 and 42. You see that? Same thing here. As always, all right, let's draw a line. Okay, let's draw the what I refer to often on my channel is a zone. Okay, and there you go. There's a zone where it was resistance, and then potentially that could turn into a zone of support should there is a decline in the next 2 weeks. So that's the reason why I do the put spread and the strike. That's why I chose the spreads that I did. And no doubt it certainly helped leverage up the trade, because if I was to buy the OKTA strike put outright, it would have cost me $3. But to do the spread, it cost me $2. And then for the Roblox puts, if I was to buy the 46.5 put at the time, it would have cost me $1.60. But using selling the lower put at 41.5, I was able to cut the cost down to $1.33. So it cost me $1.33, and I potentially can double or triple. I try to look for a spread that have potential for double to 3 times the return. Okay, that's the goal. And that's it for this video. Hopefully it would make sense to those that consider doing some kind of put spread in the future, and where you should sell the strike and buy the strike. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.